Hi, my name is Morgan McLean, and the 5 articles that I've chosen to present today are Making the Right Choice Simple by Annie Shabazian and Carolyn Lasoga, Making Happy Happen by Rachel Robertson, Eye Stimulation, Apple iPad Use with Children Who are Visually Impaired, including those with multiple disabilities, by Laura Capana and Donald Quitman, Supporting Gay and Lesbian Families in the Early Childhood Classroom by Anna Paula DeSalva, and Printing the Playground by Stephanie Went and Jeremy Went. The first article, Making the Right Choice Simple, is talking about the materials that children need to help them improve developmentally. Toddlers and infants are primarily developed by the materials that they are provided. They develop by the interaction that they play with on a daily basis. So when including materials, you should consider the material that they are made out of. Stainless steel and bamboo are the best because they are easy to clean. However, plastic is easiest to sterilize, but bamboo and stainless steel are the best for children. They don't have as many toxins and chemicals and stuff put into them like the plastic products do. Another thing you need to consider is making sure that the materials are age appropriate. Children need to learn on a level that helps them improve, and if a child is given a material that is below their age level, then they're not going to improve and better themselves. So you need to take those things into consideration whenever you are providing materials. Making the Right Choice Simple is just very simple. It is, if you read the article, you understand that children do need those materials to help them improve, and this article gives plenty of examples on specific materials for age appropriate levels and just helps you with those decisions. Making Happy Happen is just like it sounds. Every parent wants their child to be happy. That is their number one priority, is to make sure that they're happy no matter what, whether at school, at home, in whatever situation, their number one priority is that their child is happy. This can be done in so many different ways. You need to have them build their character and be very encouraging, be their role model, and show them what happy looks like, because sometimes kids are put into homes that they don't get that experience. They don't see that happen. Teachers are a big influence as well, and that's where you can take into consideration those kids that aren't in good homes, that do not see happy every day. You can make them happy in your classroom by encouraging role play, considering other perspectives through practice, letting the children make mistakes so that they can learn on their own, and teach social and coping skills. Just be a positive role model to those children, because like I said, sometimes they don't have that at home, and if they do, that's great, but a teacher is a role model. That is something that they primarily are. The children watch you all the time, and if they see that positive energy that you let off and show that you're happy, then it's going to encourage their happiness. The author did a great job with writing this to really show us that happy isn't hard. Making happy happen is easy as long as you let it be easy. We want children to be happy because they're our future, and to promote that isn't hard. You just have to follow a few steps and hope that it all fans out the right way. A stimulation, the Apple iPad use with the children, was a research that was conducted starting with the light box that was brought to us in the early 1980s. The light box was developed for children who were visually impaired, and research was done to compare the two, and ultimately they found that the iPad was more effective. That children would reach for it more, their attention stayed into it more, and it showed that children that are visually impaired or also have multiple disabilities can learn, do want to learn, and have that opportunity when given time with an iPad. They did several sessions where they compared the light box to the iPad, and the iPad won every single time. They did different things with multiple sessions in 4 categories, And those 4 categories that were introduced were the child's communication, visual attentiveness, the reaching behavior, and the ability to activate the device. Like I said, the Apple iPad had far better results with their improvement in multiple levels, where the Lightbox either they didn't improve or it wasn't very much improvement. They didn't stay interested into the device like they do the iPad. Their attention was often lost and went elsewhere. The author did a great job by showing us this, because lots of times teachers especially think that technology is too much, and too much time on technology isn't good. But an introduction to some of it can be very beneficial, and you just have to use it in the right ways and go about it the right way to show that it is beneficial. The 4th article is supporting gay and lesbian families in the early childhood classroom. This article showed us that there was a teacher, Kelly, and she had a student, George, that was from a gay family, but she didn't know this. She sent home an All About Me book, and you had to go through it and put your mother, your father, your siblings, it was about your household, and bring it back. When George didn't return this project, she knew that something was wrong. So she decided she was going to call his father, Mario, and she did. They set up a conference, and after meeting with him, she realized that George lived in a gay family. So she realized that the project was very biased of her. She didn't want to come off that way. Being a teacher, you need to make the parents feel 100% comfortable with you, and she had not made George's family feel this way. So she had Mario help her, and they got diverse things in their classroom, posters with diverse families, and books in the classroom. She was a little nervous about how other families would take it, but that wasn't what she was really concerned with, because it had to be equal to all, and her classroom that she had was not equal to all at the moment. But once Mario, George's father, helped her, they got on the same page, and they made the classroom very diverse, which is what you want, because you want your parents to feel like they're important and what they say matters. The article was great because lots of families are like this now, and many teachers don't think about that and take that into consideration when putting things up around their classroom and considering the students and families. That is a huge deal, and I would suggest that teachers and early educators read this, because it is important to make all those families feel welcome and like they're equal. So it was all in all a great read. The last one is Printing the Playground, which was by far my favorite article to read. It talked about how a school got a loan or a grant to get a 3D printer. A principal wrote the kindergarten and first grade classrooms a letter and asked them if they would help with coming up with new equipment for the playground. Of course, by doing so, by the principal writing the classrooms a letter, it made the students so involved and ready to figure out the playground equipment. So the teachers started off with having them in groups and discussing what they would like. They got them little toothpicks and marshmallows and gumdrops and all kinds of things to make small structures, and they did annotated recordings so they would know what they wanted, and they ended up putting all of their ideas together and coming up with playground equipment. The teachers would encourage them that they were engineers and that they were the ones doing this, which they were. And once everything was done and they presented all their information, the teacher put all the students' ideas together and sketched up a drawing and showed the children and said, is this what you'd like? And of course they all agreed, and they sent it off to the printer, and whenever it got done, the children were so excited. They couldn't wait to tell their family, their friends, all the other children in the school that they were the engineers that put that playground together. And this really shows that involving students in something like this, such a big decision, is a great way for them to know the importance of them, and also shows them that demonstrating learning can be fun. So the author did a great job with this, and they just really showed us the importance of children and their minds and how they think and develop, that's important to the way that they grow developmentally. So